Hello everyone. Hello and welcome back to the Great Estonian Chronicles. So today we are defending, or still defending this the scientists, Professor Hairbrain. Yeah, I'm still pretty convinced that his machine didn't work as he planned, but guess we're gonna have to prove that at some point. So let's get into that. On the 3rd of October, 10:44 a.m., the Old Bailey, defendant's antechamber. Oh, Mr. Naruhodo! What on earth were you playing at just now? Oh, rather. What on earth were you playing at all along? My hypothesis! My amazing hypothesis! You've been picking holes in it from the start! Sorry about that. But you promised me! You said you proved that the explosion was an accident, not murder! You said you'd keep my precious invention from falling into anyone else's hands! But all you've done so far is try to undermine me! Yes, I did make you a promise, you're right. I said that I believe in you and fight for your freedom to the very end. But I also told you I was no scientist, and I don't understand your hypothesis. The fact is, there's an undeniable flaw in your logic, isn't there? Oh, but if I just run through some equations... oh, yes, you see? Oh, it's because my work is incomplete. Perhaps it is. Nevertheless, a man died as a consequence, didn't he? Oh no! What's this dark spot on top of his hair? It's weird. Oh, you're right. You're so right. It's all my fault. And I have no right to blame you for my failures. Oh, I'm a disaster. Not just a scientist, but as a... Not just as a scientist, but as a human being. That might be a little over the top. And while we're on the subject, what about Barak? He's being awful. Claiming his old university friend to be a murderer, you mean? He's a disaster, not just as a prosecutor, but as a human being. Wait, what? Oh, but no, wait. He's the Ripper, isn't he? Or perhaps he's not classified as Homo sapiens anymore. Glad that's cleared up. Can I double check something with you? Oh, yes. What? The machine and demonstration you prepared. They were based entirely on your hypothesis, I presume? There was no trickery involved? I mean, you can tell me. I drew the plans for the machine with my very own hands. Every line was painstakingly drawn with the firm belief that science is the only future. So yes, it's true that my hypothesis hasn't reached maturity yet, but please, Mr. Naruhodo, you must believe in it. Alright, Professor, I understand. Counsel, defendant. prosecution's witnesses are ready to take the stand. Court is about to be in session again. Make your way into the courtroom, please. Alright. Time to go. It all hinges on that demonstration. If the professor's hypothesis is sound as he claims, it leaves him as the only person who could possibly have killed the victim. Oh. But on the other hand, Mr. Sholmes was adamant. A practical implementation, such as was attempted by the professor at the Great Exhibition, is quite impossible. So really, what should I be trying to prove here? Well, I believe that if the man is convicted of murder, he's going to be executed, so... I mean, even if his hypothesis is sound, I mean, it's not going to do him any good. 23rd of October, 11 AM, the Old Bailey courtroom. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby convene the proceeding in this court. Counsel for the defense and prosecution, are you ready for the new witnesses to testify? The prosecution is ready, my lord. As is the defense, my lord. So, Lord Van Six, I believe these next witnesses saw the demonstration on the day in question with their own eyes. Indeed they did. And as luck would have it, one of them is a police detective. Wait, what? Is it Gina? So the testimony we are about to hear can be considered highly reliable. Oh, perfect. Detective of all people. It's gonna be Gina. The prosecution's stance remains unchanged. Though it ended in tragedy, the demonstration on the day in question was scientifically sound. And consequently, the sole person with the opportunity to have committed this act of murder is the only other individual to have been present on the stage at the time, the accused. Oh, thank you, Counsel. The prosecution's position is clear. So, bring forth your witnesses now. Bailiff, show the witnesses in. The witnesses whose proximity to the incident on the day in question will clarify the truth unequivocally. Oh, wait, what? Oh, yeah, there's Gina. Witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court to hear. Oh, what's his voice? My name is Balthazar Loon. I am the impresario of all the hot air balloons in vicinity of the experimental stage. Experimental stage? Is he Spanish? Balloon? Or maybe Italian? I don't know. Oh, my name is Willem Kostreich Sigmund Ornstein. I have come to see the Great Exhibition all the way from my home in Bohemia. Is Bohemia? Bohemia, is this? Wait, where is Bohemia? I'm very rich. It's not Italian, though. Inspector Gina Lestrade, Scotland Yard. I'm a great detective. Even Sherlock Holmes agrees. I was on security duty at the exhibition, and I got up, and I got. Oh, sorry. When I got to go up in one of the balloons. What amazing! Oh, Gina again. But she did mention that she'd seen the disaster from up in a balloon, actually, didn't she? And she clearly loved every minute of it. There were 3 balloons flying near the public experimentation stage when the incident occurred. 2 of these witnesses were in one such balloon at the time, and saw events unfold from the skies above. Oh, hey, Mrs. How are you doing tonight? Oh, you make it sound like they were in the clouds. It was only an altitude of circa 60 feet. Very low. I'm alright, thanks. How are you? Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. Well, I can't see nothing if you fly too high, can you? 60 feet? About 18 meters then. Well, that's not too high. Thank you for introductions. Now you will give your formal testimony for the court. Kindly describe exactly what you witnessed, especially those of you who had a vantage point above the stage. That kid with the balloon, my god. The view from 60 feet up. Why is the other guy here then? He wasn't in a balloon. Oh, it was an incident. Terrible. An incidente. Oh, what? Incidente. Terribile. Oh, yeah, I think he's Italian. It was an incidente terribile. I am only grateful that my balloons were not damaged. There's this huge bang from the stage, and then the next second, another bang in the sky beside us. Awesome. And from amid the smoke, a cage appeared out of nowhere. The cage, it fell from the sky like a stone and crashed into the crystal tower. I didn't get a good look inside the cage, but no one went near it after it crashed into the tower. Oh, a most extraordinary collective accounts, I must say. Oh, could I just clarify something? There's a detail in the witness's testimony that I have not heard any mention of until now. Specifically, that there were 2 explosions? More precisely, 2 explosions in 2 separate places. Yes. Wait, where? Where were they? When the demonstration began, the balloon carrying the 2 witnesses was around here. There were other balloons in the air nearby at the time, carrying other passengers as well, to be clear. Then, as power was supplied to the machine for the demonstration, the first explosion occurred. Okay. The so-called birdcage that contained the victim disappeared from the stage, and a moment later, the second explosion occurred, directly adjacent to the balloon carrying the witnesses. The birdcage appeared at the site of the explosion, subsequently to plummet down into the crystal tower. Oh, I was very surprised. Suddenly, a cage appeared before my eyes with a person inside. I don't know. I don't know how a German accent sounds like. The blast was so hot, but I didn't want to miss a thing, so I kept my eyes wide. Another balloon. I still have lots of money. Precisely who is this curious infant? I'm told he's a young noble of Bohemian royalty. Wait, let me check where Bohemia is. Bohemia. Country. I speak German? Bohemia. Moravia. Oh. Oh, it's part of Czech Republic, okay. They speak German? Hmm. Apparently, he disguised himself in order to steal unnoticed into the Great Exhibition. To steal unnoticed? What? Okay. Yeah, I am here in London on a sightseeing trip with my elementary school. We will have the benefit of a child's point of view in the testimony. Oh, do we really need that? Oh, when I remove my mask, this is what I look like. Wait, he had a mask? What? Oh yes, I see a delightful face, I'm sure. Oh, yeah, everybody says so. Oh, great disguise then. The point is, the testimony of these witnesses further substantiate the facts for the court. Namely, that despite ending in an explosion, instantaneous kinesis was successfully demonstrated. And furthermore, that until the arrival of the police, no one approached the crystal tower where the victim fell. Therefore, only the accused, who was Mr. Assman on the stage, could possibly have committed the murder. Oh yes, thank you, counsel. The prosecution's view on the matter are quite clear. So, the defense's cross-examination now, please. Oh yes, my lord. The view from 60 feet up. Oh, it was an incident, terrible. I am only grateful that my balloons were not damaged. Hold it! There was 3 balloons flying above the experimentation stage at the time, I understand. Oh, see, all the 3 of them are my bellissimi bambini. They are very popular, signor. Some people will pay £10 for one ride. Oh, £10? That's more than my annual stipend. Wow, I mean, back in the day, a pound was a lot of money. £20 a month. That is my pocket money. balloons have all the luck. I got up there for free, I did. Played the old I work for Her Majesty Police Guard, you know. Detectives that have all the luck. If that's so popular, why would you only be operating such a small number of balloons, though? Because if I have too many in the sky, they could crash into each other. The operators for the balloons were decided by lots, with each operator manning a particular area. Oh, see, and the zone above public experimentation stage is the most profitable. The other impresarios, they hate me. Oh, thank you, witness. I think the court has a clear picture of the arrangements for balloon rides at the exhibition. Perhaps we could hear more about what you actually witnessed of the incident. Right, I can feel you in there, my lord. There's this huge bang from the stage, and then the next second, another bang in the sky beside us. Oh, I gotta press that. So, you actually saw the accident happen from up in the air? Yeah. Isn't it amazing what a detective gets to do, eh? I'm telling you, although being a lawyer is a mug's game. You should join the force, and we can go flying together. Oh, you know me so well. Oh yes, well anyway, could you tell us exactly what you saw, do you think? Everything. We saw everything, because we're up above it all. That dodgy cove climbing into that cage, and that dodgy professor pulling all them levers. And that's what it happened. That's when there was that massive bang and the cage disappeared. Just like that. You are describing the moment the subject's body was decomposed by electricity, I believe. Oh, I didn't know what to make of it, but then there was another bang, right in my ear. I looked around, and there was a huge great fireball right next to us in the sky, and there was nothing there before. What's that?
Excuse me.
Master Gods, does your memory of the day differ? My teacher at elementary school said that when you meet someone for the first time, you should always use their full name. Yes, what was it again? Wilhelm Gottschalk Sigismund Ormstein. Just the four names then. The point is, do you have something to say? Something to add in response to Detective Gina Lestrade's last remark, perhaps? Oi! Get it right, Uru. It's Inspector Lestrade. Oh, why does everyone have a problem with how I address them at the moment? That is not what I saw. Huh? Yeah, there was a second explosion, and it was right beside our balloon. That is true. But I'm sure, which is what I said in it. 1 minute there was nothing there, then the next a massive explosion. Oh, my teacher at elementary school said that when someone else is speaking, if you are rude enough to interrupt, you will have the most awful life imaginable. Are all Bohemians brought up to be so full of joy? What's it doing with all those balloons? Just before the second explosion happened next to our balloon, I clearly witnessed a green balloon flying in the sky. A green balloon? Hey, you! I never saw nothing like that. Well, I did. I saw it. And you can't say I didn't. I will complain to the console. I will cry and scream. My testimony is the truth. I am Bohemian Prince. You cannot say it's a lie. That is not allowed. Bring the bleeding royalty card, are you? Typical. Oh, says the orphan who likes to remind people she works for Her Majesty's police. In that case, young man, I must ask you to amend your former testimony. In the interest of cordial national relations between Great Britain and Bohemia. It was not the sky that exploded. It was a green balloon that was next to ours at the time. Okay. Hold it! A green balloon, you say? Are you sure about that? Oh, a green balloon. Green balloon. Matches the canvas we have. A piece of green cloth. Ah, wow. Of course I am sure. I am proud Bohemian Prince. All these questions are making me boring. I think you mean bored. Ugh. English is very annoying. The language of my countrymen is far superior. Ragazzo, it is very wrong to lie. Lie? Flying balloons never explode. For the same reason, the planets never explode. It is illogical. Oh, please tell me that doesn't mean logical. Oh, if you insult me, you insult all of Bohemia. Oh, my die. I will have the army come and shoot all of you stupid balloons out of the sky. All of them. But here, get my money. Oh, here you are, your highness. Oh, if only all international incidents were so easily resolved. Now that peaceful relations have been restored here in the courtroom, perhaps we could return to the testimony. Did you also see the moment that occasion materialized, Mr. Loon? Oh, no, I did not see the explosion myself. However, the cage, it fell from the sky like a stone and crashed into the crystal tower. The crystal tower. Hold it! Oh, did you see that actually happen? No, in reality, I did not. I saw after it hit the tower. There was grande confusione around the stage. I ran to see what had happened. I was terrorized by the idea that one of my balloons had crashed. I suppose they are his livelihood. Oh, but when I looked up to the sky, all my precious balloons were still there. I saw it though. I saw it slam into the tower. After all, I'm the detective now. Then, tell us what you saw, Inspector Lestrade. Oh, that's what I like to hear. I didn't get a good look inside the cage, but no one went near it after it crashed into the tower. Hold it! Was it you who gave the order to keep people away? Hey, use your head, Odo. How could it have been me? Was up in the balloon, weren't I? Alright. So, because I weren't available, it was the boss who had to leg it over there. It was getting shoved and kicked over by the panicking spectators as he tried to steal off the scene. It was a real sight to behold, I can tell you. Amazing. Oh, poor Inspector Gregson. So anyway, I couldn't see the cage that well because of all the smoke. And I didn't really want to see, to be honest. I was scared out my wits. Keep it together, Inspector. Oh, the prosecution really is asserting that the demonstration was genuine. But what if it was actually some kind of switch around trick instead? That would mean that the victim was never actually on the stage in the first place. The two explosions would have thrown everyone watching into a panic for sure. I think I need to find out more about what exactly people saw at the time. Oh, it was an incidente terribile. Okay, none of my balloons. Okay. There's this huge bang from the stage, and the next second we have a bang sky beside us. It was not this guy that exploded, it was a green balloon that was next to ours at the time. Maybe I'm gonna have to present the green fabric. Because I don't know what else I can present, really. Cages fell from the sky like a stone, crashing the castle tower. Didn't get looked inside the cage, but no one went near it after it crashed into the tower. Yeah, I think it's the green balloon. It was a green balloon. It was a green balloon that was next to ours at the time.
Objection!
Defense. Oh no! We have to object to that last statement, my lord. I would have to overrule your objection, Counselor. The defense. The defense would have to accept the penalty given. Glad to hear it. And you would also have to think again. Okay, so it's not that. Wait. What? So what evidence do we have? A screwdriver. We have the autopsy report. What was in it? Hemorrhage of a wound because of death. Hemorrhage of a wound to the chest that pierced the heart, inflicted by a sharp implement. Additional observation: a broken vertebrae, most likely resulting from impact after a sudden fall from considerable height. Okay. We have the picture. doesn't show much, really. We have this mysterious construction that we know is a crossbow. We have the piece of cloth, but it doesn't tell us much. Looks like layers of thick canvas with a thick rubber lining of sorts. I've never seen anything like it before. We're applying Mr. Jones's methods. Might it used as part of a raincoat worn by someone who really didn't want to get wet. And the charring must have occurred when the person was struck by lightning. Or maybe not. Probably not. Okay, so it's part of the balloon. We have something of the balloon. Crystal Tower, Reaper attacked. Don't have much evidence. I don't know. Well, let me save. So we're not gonna have any trouble there. Oh wait, so what do we have? Incident terrible. Only catch when the balloons were not damaged. Okay. Oh, but maybe we can present the piece of balloon then. I don't really see what else we can do.
Objection.
Mr. Loon, in your testimony, you said that all three of the balloons you had operating at the time were undamaged. Oh, see, that is correct. If they had been caught in the explosions, it would have been terrible. I wonder if you might know what this is. I think it may be. Oh, see. Part of a balloon. A burnt piece of the fabric of the envelope. Sorry? The envelope? Oh, pardon. That is the large, round part of the balloon, which becomes filled with hot air. It is made from very thick fabric, lined with rubber. You do not want it to rip when you are in the sky. Oh, just a thought. This piece of cloth was found near the experimentation stage. In other words, as Master Gods testified, a green balloon did indeed explode that day. If all the balloons in the sky above the experimentation stage belong to you, Mr. Loon, then your statement that they were all undamaged clearly contradicts the evidence. Oh no! Wait, I didn't realize his hat is a balloon? Oh, seems to me like those things crash 50% of the time anyway.
Objection.
The instantaneous kinesis did occur, but after the explosion on the stage, the point of materialization shifted to a location occupied by a balloon. Causing the balloon to explode? Oh, yes, plausible. An unfortunate traffic accident, as it were, but it changes nothing about the pertinent facts. Oh, this I cannot accept. Why not, Mr. Loon? Oh, you are suggesting that I am a liar. That person's died in a balloon incident. There's no need to get fired up, Mr. Loon. The victim was a sole fatality that day. That's right, and I prove it. Balthazar Lune. Lune is not a liar. There was no such a balloon in the sky. It is not possible. Oh, you're saying it's impossible? Impossible? Why? This court has more important matters to discuss than the number of balloons that were operating that day. That's weird. Why would he say that? Aye.
Objection.
But we can't ignore the fact that nobody appears to have known anything about this other balloon until now. My lord, the defense calls for further testimony from Mr. Lune. Lune. I concur. There is clearly more to the truth here than meets the eye. It's imperative that we clear up the issues of this phantom balloon, I feel. Witness, you will give supplementary testimony about the balloons you were operating at the exhibition. Oh, grazie, my lord. Mr. Lune's balloons. Lune's balloons. Okay, Lune. As I said, Balthazar Lune is no liar. Every balloon I had in the sky landed safely. All three of my balloons were carrying passengers. If they fell to the ground in an explosion, what a catastrophe! Oh, but you can't get away from the fact that the bird a bit too close was found at the scene, can you? The coppers at the yard reckon it was probably some debris from the explosion on the stage. Oh, this stupid ragazzo is mistaken. My balloons have the red and the blue zigzag stripes anyway. So your assertion is that the balloon discharged so was not one belonging to you? Sì, exactamente. If he even saw a balloon in the first place. I mean, if he gets more fired up, he's gonna lift off. I do not like the sound of it. It's very bad for business. I have a good mind to sue the land of Bohemia. Oh, if you attack us, we will fight back. And it will be war. War. Oh, war. Okay. All out war. Okay. What happened to All Out War? Oh, Mr. Lune certainly doesn't appear to be lying. But that doesn't change the fact that the testimony and evidence are contradictory here. If the defense is unable to find fault with the witnesses' statements, the court must consider them the truth. Think long and hard on that, my learned friend. Oh, the situation has clearly changed now. I have to get to the bottom of what happened here, no matter what it takes. Oh, counsel, you may now cross-examine the witnesses. Mr. Lune's balloons. Oh, as I said, Balthazar Lune is no liar. Every balloon I had in the sky landed safely. Okay. You couldn't just have forgotten one, maybe? What? Signor. Signor. I might not notice if it was given one. I might not notice if I was given 100 lentils and one was missing. But we are talking about 3 enormous balloons. Do you believe I could make a mistake about something so grand and expensive? I took the liberty of having Inspector Gregson check this gentleman's warehouse. I have the report here. It clearly says a total of 3 balloons. Oh, it would appear no mistake has been made then. Oh, surely Mr. Strider could have been sent for such a menial task. Oh, vote. What? Me? I'll tell you what I told the boss. I'll tell you what I told the boss. Eastern kids like me can only concept to 2. Obviously, that ain't true, but the boss bought it and said he'd have to go himself in that case. All the 3 of my balloons for carrying passengers if they fell to the ground in an explosion. What a catastrophe!
Hold it!
It would be quite a catastrophe if they fell to the ground for any reason, I think. On that note, Miss Alone, tell me, what is it that keeps these balloons in the sky? Hot air. Oh, are you an idiot? An idiota? Sorry? That is like asking, why does a candle burn bright? It burns bright because it burns bright. And a balloon fly because it flies. What else? Oh, that must be for, I don't know. There are 2 types of flying balloons. Hot air balloons and gas balloons. Hot air balloons work on the principle of hot air being less dense than cold air. Whereas gas balloons derive their lift by using a gas that is lighter than air. Wow, he knows a lot about balloons. See, and my balloons are filled with magic gas, I believe. Hydrogen, lighter than air, but highly explosive. Oh, good lord, my hair. Oh, I do not permit smoking of the cigarettes in any of my balloons. The magic gas does not like fire. Even a small spark of static electricity could cause the entire balloon to explode. Oh, what is the matter with you, Signor? All that comes out of your mouth is esplosione, esplosione. I tell you, my balloons are perfectly safe. They have to be, or I cannot eat. None of my balloons exploded that day. I am completely sure. But if you still say that is what happened, you must show me the proof. Alright, so Mr. Loon had 3 balloons in the air that day. If none of them were damaged, then what was the one that exploded? Oh, but I can't get away from the fact that I burnt a bit of cloth was under the sink on you.
Hold it!
I was surprised to find a piece of fabric still at the scene, actually. Can't you search the area surrounding the stage for clues? Nah, I'm not into picking stuff up around me. Always works out way better diving into people's pockets instead. So much for the new career path. Mind you, the boss was on his hands and knees picking up all kinds of rubbish from the floor. Thing is though, the case went crashing into the crystal tower, didn't it? So, that's where most of the investigating was going on. Even so, who would have thought someone from Scotland Yard would have gathered it up as evidence? Core, listen to you. You stumble across a bit of balloon, and suddenly you're the best investigator in the world. Pardon? What? You ain't got a badge, are you? Like this one? I could arrest you with this if I wanted to. I wouldn't put it past her. Come to think of it, there was talk of some scorching on the ground at a meeting we had about the investigation. The copper that the yard reckoned it was probably some debris thrown from the explosion at the stage.
Hold it!
There was considerable damage to the stage and surrounding area, wasn't there? Oh yeah, some of the ghouls what were watching the experiment were caught in the blast and injured. Good job, the old contraption didn't kill over there. I hadn't even considered that. It seems there was a great panic after the incident occurred. Nevertheless, the police shouldn't have missed a torn piece of the envelope from a balloon. Inspector Gregson can expect repercussions. Oh, like me sweeping all these fish and chips, eh? Oh, the man's sole pleasure. Oh, none of this matters. That scrap of balloon envelope means nothing. Niente. Oh, this stupido ragazzo is mistaken. My balloons have the red and blue zigzag stripe anyway.
Hold it!
Oh, you mean the color is wrong? Si, signor. I do not have any green balloon in my warehouse. And yet, a piece of green cloth was found at the scene, and it's unmistakably from a balloon. Well, I do not know how that can be. For the sake of argument, let's say a green balloon did explode above the stage. You couldn't therefore conclude that it happened on the day in question. Why not? There have been recreational balloons flights over Hyde Park operating from before the Great Exhibition. One could have exploded on some earlier date. Unfortunate, as I'm sure you'd agree. You believe it may have been from some earlier balloon accident that predates the exhibition? They're completely ignoring the statement of the boy. Sì, exactamente. As the signor says, it is not from one of my balloons. No. Clearly, this little ragazzo from Bohemia is mistaken about what he saw. Well, he's not very happy about that.
Excuse me.
Is something wrong, Master Gotts? It's Master Wilhelm Gottschalk Sigmund Ornstein. Ah, it was on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, something is very wrong. I know what I saw. There was a green balloon there, as were all over Bohemia. Oh, you can speak as much about the language as you like, but it changes nothing. Oh, here's a balloon. If you do not have evidence, ragazzo, then I must tell your parents to punish you, eh? Oh, perhaps we'll let the judge decide when it comes to punishments. Evidence. What is this evidence? To give a simple example, young man, a photograph, for instance, some tangible proof on what you claim. Well, why didn't you say so sooner? I have the photograph here. Good gracious, my hair. What? I had not been I had not been up in a balloon for a little while, so I was very excited. I took lots and lots of photographs. Wow! Of the Crystal Tower, of the Bohemian exhibit, of the streets of London, of the hot eel cellar, the balloon. And the instantaneous kinesis experiment. Did you take a picture of that? Yeah, a fun picture. Really? Did you take one? But all I wanted was a ride in a balloon. I was not interested in boring experiments. Never mind that. Can you show us that photograph? Of course. And then you will see. You will see. You will see that I am not lying. That I really did see a green balloon. But there's the color. But there's no one in there. As there's no stripes. Well, I see you are all too shocked to speak. Yes, I think shocked is indeed the word, young man. Yeah, perhaps you cannot see that it was a green balloon from this photograph, but but that is not my fault. That is the fault of the stupid person who made the camera. Wah, wah. Oh, damn it. He's really a brat. Oh, that is one very bohemian sounding cry. Wah, wah. Very well, the court will accept this photograph as evidence. Please stop crying now. The photograph of the balloon has been entered into the court record. Oh, we have to look at that. Oh, it is not my fault. It's the fault of the person who made the camera. Okay, so what do we have here? We have... What's that? What's this light there? So it's before the explosions. But what's that? Like an arrow of light. That's weird. You see the man in there? Hmm. A photograph taken by Guts whilst he was riding in a balloon. It shows another balloon that he claims was green and exploded moments after he took his shot. Okay. Oh well, never mind. I'm sure we have plenty of wonderful sepia memories to take home with you. You have. Wait, are the other pictures not the same? Oh no, this one is colored. Ah. But this one isn't. Ah. Oh, in any case, when exactly did you take that photograph? Well, it was on the day of the big explosion. Oh, you don't say. When I pressed the shutter release, there was this very loud bang. And a hot wind rushed over my face. That means this photograph was taken a split second before the explosion occurred. Well, if you ask me, this black and white photograph changes nothing. I could not give the flying fig. Oh, lovely language you've picked up. A nice thought. Mr. Loon's testimony just doesn't quite add up. The young Bohemian boy claims to have seen another fourth balloon. But Mr. Loon vehemently denies the possibility. And it's hard to imagine the man in charge could be mistaken about the number that were in the air. Still, this inconsistency must tell us something, I'm sure. As I said, okay, every balloon I had in the sky landed safely, okay. All three of my balloons were carrying passengers as they fell to the ground in explosione. What a catastrophe. Okay. It's not containing passengers, that's the thing.
Objection!
Unfortunately, the photograph must have got to can't tell us the color of the balloon. But it can tell us something else, something crucially important. What? It shows that the pictured balloon wasn't carrying any passengers. Oh my goodness, you're right. But surely all the balloons would have been carrying passengers. There would be no sense in it otherwise. See, they are for pleasure, for seeing the view. My balloons only fly with the passengers. Which tells us that the picture balloon isn't one of them. So when the incident occurred that day, there was a fourth balloon in the sky above the experimentation stage. The mysterious green balloon. I know nothing. Niente. I can only tell you one thing. If this balloon was not carrying passengers, then it was not one of mine.
Objection!
There are illegal tradesmen everywhere you care to look. Clearly one of such entrepreneurs decided to capitalize on the opportunity presented by the great exhibition. Except there wasn't any passengers. And managed to operate balloon flights on Mr. Loon's patch without him realizing. See, the competizione, trying to steal my profit. I did not notice because of the experimento that went wrong in the stage. Oh, this fourth balloon exploded at the very same moment Mr. Aspen was beamed from the stage below. Alright. So then scraps that fell to the ground after and left them scorch marks. They didn't come from the stage at all. It was bits of the balloon raining down. But because no one was in it, it didn't get no attention. A mysterious fourth balloon carrying no passengers, silently floating over the experimentation stage.
Objection!
What? This photograph shows us nothing more. Can you please not interrupt my thoughts? A stray balloon carrying no one and operated by some rogue trader. Clearly it has nothing to do with the case.
Its relevance does elude me, I must say.
The court has seen sufficient evidence and heard ample testimony already. Lord Van Zieks is a sore loser. The prosecution calls for this trial to be concluded. Really? Have we really got to the truth yet? No, I can't let this opportunity slip away. The jurors' minds are made up, and not in our favor. What else can this photograph tell us? Is there nothing more we can learn from it? There's more! Come on now!
Objection!
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, wait! Please don't give your decision yet. The photographer Master Gods may well be hiding more vital clue. May well be hiding one more vital clue.
What's that? Have I a clue?
Objection!
Wow, just can't believe it. We are well past the point of mere possibilities. It's time for definitives now. So tell the court. What exactly does this alleged clue in the photograph prove? The causes of the explosion. We can reasonably assume that the pictured balloon was destroyed in the searing heat of the explosion. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was not my fault. Evidently. Because the birdcage from the Kinesis machine materialized in the sky where it had been flying. And the balloon, being filled with flammable hydrogen, instantly and explosively ignited.
Objection!
No, that's not what happened. What?
It would appear that this photograph requires closer examination. Counsel for the defense, you will highlight the location of this alleged clue in the photograph for the court.
Of course, my lord. If you look closely, it's plain enough to see. And what's shown is linked to another piece of evidence we have. Yeah, in a way, that leads to an unbelievable conclusion. The clue that heavily suggests the real reason for the balloon exploded is right there.
Take that!
The timing of this photograph can only be described as miraculous. If you look, you'll notice there's a bright line, white line, that appears to point directly at the balloon. Most likely a ray of light caught incidentally on the film.
I'm afraid I can see nothing of the sort.
If you look with the magnifying glass, my lord, it becomes clear that what the nature of this bright line really is. Does it?
Oh goodness, what is that?
Ooh,
Undeniably, some flash of light. Yes.
Oh, Gary, do you think it might be lightning?
But it couldn't have been a finer day.
Oh, I believe we be looking at fire.
A bolt of fire, heading straight for the balloon, like an arrow. Oh, indeed, even to my aging eyes, it would appear to be a flame of some sort. Oh my word! Are you suggesting this flame struck the hydrogen gas that filled the balloon?
Oh, he's a bright one.
Objection!
That's absurd. The balloon would have been 60 feet above the ground at the time. No flame could possibly have reached such a height.
Objection!
Actually, it is my opinion that a particular piece of evidence found at the scene reveals how that is exactly what did happen. What evidence?
Such evidence exists, Counsel. Then for goodness sake, present it, man.
Bro, present your evidence, bro.
Which evidence explains this mysterious streak of flame that appeared to be headed directly for the balloon?
Take that!
The true nature of the curious, slim streak of light is revealed by this.
A curious answer, with a slim chance of being the correct one, I fear.
Wait, what? It looks somewhat like a piece of firework. But whereas firework dazzle the audience, you fizzle out in a remarkably disappointing way. Wait, what? No! Insults dressed up in colorful metaphors are still insults. But anyway, this firework display isn't over yet. If such evidence exists, Counsel, then for goodness sake, present it, man. What? If that's not the crossbow, then what it is? What is it? What? Wait, what? I don't know. I don't understand. If it's not a crossbow, then what can it be? Oh, wait, what? Ah, there's some sort of lever there. Oh, we had to... Okay, we had to find a button. What the... What is this? It looks like a cross between a bow and a gun. I think it's probably used for the same thing too. Crossbow, a weapon found hidden behind a tree, and the experimentation stage at the exhibition ground. Okay, now we can present that. Okay. Oh my god.
Take that!
This was found hidden at the foot of a small ornamental tree near the scene.
Good lord! Is that a crossbow?
An arrow dipped in oil and set alight could have been shot from this weapon, sending a flame arrow straight into the hydrogen-filled balloon. Are you suggesting that crossbow was used to deliberately... Oh, blimey, you're right. That streak of light in the photo looks just like an arrow, doesn't it? Oh, then the explosion of the balloon, it was...
Very likely the result of a flaming arrow from this crossbow, igniting the hydrogen gas inside it. No! Order! Counsel, this is an extraordinary exposition.
If the aim was to cause the balloon to explode, the shooter could have used a gun, of course. However, there's an obvious reason why that would have been out of the question.
The noise of the discharge, of course.
That's right. By using crossbow, the projectile could be fired at the balloon silently. Well, yeah, if someone had shot a gun... if someone had shot a gun off in the exhibition grounds, would have caused a real panic. Oh, but with the big explosion, there was a very big panic anyway, no? I don't like this. I should be pleased to have found a plausible new explanation for all this, but something feels wrong.
Objection!
Do you understand the implications of what you're saying, my Nipponese friend?
If a flaming arrow did indeed hit the balloon, then obviously it would have exploded. And if the birdcage appeared from the cloud of smoke that ensued. Oh, wait a minute. What are you really saying here? I don't get it. Was the birdcage beamed up into the sky after all? Or what?
Oh, my goodness me! Oh.
Ah, now I understand. That's what that sinking feeling is about. I think there's a good chance that the birdcage was actually concealed inside the balloon all along.
What? Did I just hear that correctly, Counsel?
There's no going back now. The horse has bolted. Let's assume, as I said, that the birdcage was hidden inside the green balloon from the start. On stage, when the experiment was started, the birdcage in the instantaneous kinesis machine disappeared in a cloud of smoke. At that moment, the flaming arrow was fired from the ground, causing the green balloon to explode and drawing the attention of the spectators to the sky above their heads. From amid the smoke, the hidden birdcage then appeared to fall down and crash to the crystal tower. I think you all agree it's entirely plausible. That what I've just described is the real truth behind the miraculous experiment carried out that day.
Oh, oh, good grief.
Objection!
This is ludicrous. What you've described is no science experiment.
No.
It's child play. A contemptible display of stage magic.
Oh, both Mr. Sholmes and Iris said that the experiment was a scientific impossibility. In which case, this is the only way to explain what happened that day.
And in any case, the victim's body was found inside the birdcage in the crystal tower. If the instantaneous kinesis didn't take place, how do you explain that?
We're gonna have waxwork. involved. If I may put a word, as a man of magic myself, such aberrant discrepancies can easily be explained by some simple deception. Jar number 3? All that would be needed is a doppelganger, someone who looked very similar to the victim, Mr. Asman, and having this other man appear on stage to front the show as a body double. Ah, yes, of course. So in fact, Mr. Asman must have been inside the birdcage that was concealed inside the balloon right from the start.
Objection!
That balloon would have been filled with hydrogen. Anything hidden inside it would have been scattered to the four winds when it exploded. No one would ever have embarked on such a risky venture.
Not necessarily. The explosive force of the balloon gas would very much depend upon the mixture ratio. Good thing we have scientists. Turn number 4.
Flying balloons are rarely filled with pure hydrogen, but a mixture of other gases such as helium as well. Helium on its own it doesn't explode, but by controlling the gas mixture ratio, the explosive force can be altered. The mixture ratio?
Obviously, the victim's body would have suffered some burns. That would be unavoidable. But not to such an extent as to render this whole obscene charade impossible.
So everything that happened can be explained, logically and scientifically. The explosion that engulfed the stage at the start of the experiment was no accident. It was all part of an elaborate deception to make it appear that instantaneous kinesis had occurred.
Goodness me.
And if we accept that this is what happened, it means that the victim, Mr. Asman, was never present on the public experimentation stage to begin with. In short, he couldn't have been killed by the defendant, who was on stage in full view the entire time. Well, he could have been killed before, but that's another point. This would be very hard for the prosecution to counter. Lord Van Zieks can critically maintain that Professor Harebrain is a suspect now. Well, he would be a suspect, but not the only one. Harebrain. It's Harebrain. Oh yeah, I'm just sure of that.
Mr. Naruhodo, I appreciate your efforts. Thank you.
Professor?
But you can stop now. Just keep your mouth shut, please.
Sorry? What's all this about, Mr. Harebrain?
I, Albert Harebrain, hereby confess that it was me who stabbed Mr. Odie Asman.
I prefer to be declared guilty, but okay.
Oh yes, it was me. It was my faithful friend and partner, Andrew the screwdriver.
What are you doing? Ow. We have to fight the defendant?
Order! Defendant, explain this sudden confession.
Objection!
Professor Harebrain, what are you talking about?
It's what I've said all along. I must protect my hypothesis and my precious machine. You stand there and claim it was all a trick and an aborted prank. But where's your proof? No, you'd have to examine the machine if you wanted to prove it, but then it would be all over. It would all be over. My beautiful hypothesis would be laid bare. I mean, the indignity of it. It's clear that you drew the plans for the experiment, but you didn't actually build it. It's quite conceivable that you were duped, Professor. If you just... Barak? Yes? He's very interested. I'll cooperate. I'll do whatever you say. I swear it. So please... ensure the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act is adhered to and protect my creation. What? Pray, forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice at this critical juncture. Here's to my learned Nipponese friend. What? And his upcoming attempts to clarify the defense's position in the light of the accused's confession. Do you intend to formally assert that the experiment was nothing more than a conjuring trick? Because the moment you do, the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act that protects the professor's invention will cease to apply. The prosecution will then demand a rigorous examination of the machinery involved in order to establish the truth. However, if you acknowledge that the machine is genuine and instrumental in the victim's murder, any chance of investigating will be crushed, and the confidentiality of the professor's hypothesis preserved. Oh.
Well, Counselor, what is the defense's official position on this matter?
Oh, what Professor Harebrain, my client, actually asked of me was to prove that the explosion on stage was an accident and protect the secrecy of his hypothesis. But there's no way to do that without implying the professor's guilt. Do I protect my client's life by asserting his innocence, or do I uphold my client's request but see him condemned? By the way, I can't avoid betraying his trust. You've been silent long enough. Isn't talking your trade, my learned friend? Or has all knowledge of English escaped your confused Nipponese mind? Oh, Mr. Naruhodo! Oh, there's no escape here. I have to make a choice. But it's an impossible one. I have to give up on something. But what? The defense asserts that the defendant's understanding of Kinesis machine was in fact... let's save, because you never know. We have to do it, a conjunct trick. Ah! No, I can't say it. My clown placed his faith in me.
I can't just set him down. What must I give up on? Hey, Gwendal. Thank you. Well, okay. Normally, this is an English-speaking stream. Thanks for the raid. So how was the stream? No? Was nice? Oh yeah, I saw you played Minecraft. I gotta say, I never got into Minecraft. So I can't really understand what's going on in there. Minecraft all afternoon. Wow. Never tried. Might have tried like a minute on the mobile version, but that's all. Because it's you have to buy it. It's like the feeling of freedom and building that is crazy. Okay. I don't know. I guess it's not my thing. You know, I'd rather read read text for hours. That are crazy actually. Oh yeah, you mean the feeling of freedom and building? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not big on building games. So what else there is? Oh, I played Subnautica, but it's more about the story for me. So yeah, well, don't know Subnautica? It's a great game. I mean, I think it's one of the great games from is this 2019? Or maybe earlier. I don't remember because I think it's the same year as Outer Wilds. Honestly, I was hearing people talking about this game Subnautica, and I didn't understand the hype around it. And then I got it free on the Epic Store, and I played it, and it was great. So I highly recommend it. If you like building bases, it's gonna scratch that itch. Okay, it seems like it's freedom, but in the sea, yeah, you're not completely free. You have to stay. You got mostly have to stay in the water. But yeah. Wait, I'm gonna try and find something else to show you. What must I give up on? It's not the question you have to ask yourself here. Wait, who's saying that? It's what can I protect? Oh, Soto-san. What? Oh yeah. Yeah, why not next time? I must go eat. I must eat and sleep for tomorrow work. Yeah, indeed. Good luck and enjoy the rest of the stream. Oh, thank you. And welcome again, everyone. So we're playing. See you soon, Gwendol. The Great Ace Chronicles, which is the latest installment in the Ace Attorney series. And we're not playing Phoenix Wright or Ryuichi Naruhodo, which is his Japanese name. But we're playing as Ryunosuke Naruhodo, which is his ancestor. It's the 19th century. And we are trying to learn the English justice system to try and improve the Japanese justice system.
So he is working as a defense lawyer in England. And Sato-san, here that you can see, is our judicial assistant. She went back to Japan, but now she's back, which is great. Wow. Anyway. Hello again, Naruto-san. It's been far too long. Sato-san, that's really you? But what are you? Yeah. My first Sato takedown in 6 months. Oh, there'll be time to talk later, Naruto-san. For now, we must concentrate on the task at hand. Oh, which is working out not what I have to give up on, but what I can protect. Professor Hairbrain. Oh, yes? Oh, yesterday you told me that science is the pursuit of truth. Well, my job is to pursue the truth too. Pursue the truth too. Yes, of course. And personally, I believe that you didn't stab Mr. Asman. I think you've come to realize something yourself too, haven't you? That your experiment and the machine you built with the victim are questionable. The truth behind that is what we must both pursue now. So, you finally opened your eyes. What? And as for you, Albert, you can't ignore this any longer. Having heard my learned friend's assertion, don't you have something to say? Barak. Lord Van Zieks. Oh gosh, I've never heard him speak that way before. Oh, in truth, there is one thing, something I've remembered that's of relevance. What? On the day it happened, just before I began the experiment, I saw a man near the stage. A man holding that crossbow. I beg your pardon. Professor, did the man have any distinguishing features? What did it look like? Oh, tall, taller than me, and thin, thinner than me, with straight hair, straighter and whiter than mine. Well, that's not very hard. Let me see, one less than me, two, a monocle, a rather stylish black monocle. Wait, do we know anyone who has that? Wait, isn't that... But one thing in particular would help to positively identify the man, you see? I know him very well. What? After all, he's the engineer who built my invention. Oh yeah, he could have started with that. What? He built the machine? Oh, that's right. Mr. Asman introduced him to me a year ago. He's a man by the name of... Enoch Drebber. Enoch Drebber? That's a weird name. Enoch Drebber?
Does this name mean something? A member of the jury seems flustered. Not a name any scientist wishes to hear. Demands an abomination.
Not a name any conjurer wishes to hear either. Who on earth is he?
Well, I'm afraid this isn't the first tale of this nature that I've heard in scientific circles in connection with that name. There's talk of other flamboyant experiments, but turn out to be nothing but stage trickery in the end. Obviously, the rascal is after the government's research grant money.
Oh, when magicians are in need of money, I have heard them resorting to such underhand tactics. Some acquaintances of mine with experience of such things have mentioned Enoch Drebber's name before.
The man is both an engineer and a magician. Yes, we're dealing with an unparalleled confident trickster here. That's Enoch Drebber for you.
He's wearing a monocle. How fancy.
Oh, so it's true then. My invention, my great machine, was just a grand illusion.
Considering what we just heard about Mr. Drebber's character, I'm sorry to say that sounds increasingly likely.
Oh, even though no one else believed it, I wanted to. I wanted to believe that machine would function exactly as my hypothesis predicted.
Which is why you were so opposed to it being investigated, I presume.
I knew that if the machine was examined in detail, its construction would give away my hypothesis. Obviously, I didn't want that to happen, but at the same time, I knew that if it was found to be nothing more than a trick or than a work of deception, then everything I'd worked towards, all my research, all my dreams, my whole life would be over. I was terrified at the prospect.
So, you really had no idea? Then, did you? About the true nature of the machine that was built? And the true nature of Mr. Drebber?
Oh, I never questioned anything. I didn't want to question it.
It's entirely possible that Mr. Asman and Mr. Drebber were working together to use you as a means of fraudulently acquiring the research grant money. Oh yeah, they could pocket the money and then do nothing with it, just vanish. Okay. But it's a very elaborate trick.
When I announced my invention to the crowd that day, it was the finest moment of my career. I pulled all the levers and turned all the dials in exactly the way Drebber had described. When the smoke suddenly started billowing out, I panicked. I didn't know what was happening. But I really don't know how the whole illusion was made to work. I don't know anything anymore.
Let me confirm one final point with you, Professor. Do you now consent to the prosecution submitting the necessary paperwork to release your invention from the protection afforded by the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act? Oh, that name is only the pain to say. Oh, yes, please go ahead. I'm very sorry.
Oh, it would appear that we shall have to suspend proceedings for the remaining of the day now. Lord Van Zeek, sir.
My lord.
The court has newly been made aware of another party whose involvement in this matter is critical.
Really? Yes, Mr. Drebber.
Gather information about the man, if possible. I should like him served with a subpoena.
With pleasure, my lord.
Now concern for the defense. Yes, my lord. When we reconvene, I shall be looking for one thing alone from you. Evidence that the defendant is innocent of the crime for which he presently stands accused.
I understand.
Good. In that case, this court is adjourned until tomorrow morning.
Oof. What a turn of events, but well, that's the only thing that could have happened. Really? 23rd of October, 1:36 p.m. The Old Bailey, defendant's antechamber.
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo!
Ah, yes?
I'm so sorry. I was wrong. You were right. I tricked you. Oh, you trusted me. I trapped you into my mess. Oh, how did it ever come to this? Oh, I'm so sorry.
Did you really have no idea, Professor? But what Mr. Drebber was really up to, I mean? But what he was really constructing?
Oh, naturally. That machine was the embodiment of my hypothesis, of all my hopes and dreams. I had complete faith in him, in it.
Alright, in that case, I won't say any more. Now, sadly, the murder accusation against you still stands. So we must do as much investigation as we can before the trial resumes tomorrow.
Oh, well, thank you for doing so much for me.
Oh, Soto-san. Wow. Oh, I'm so sorry for arriving late this morning. Naruto-san. Arriving late? Oh, didn't you receive my postcard? I wanted to let you know when I'd arrive. Postcard? What postcard? Oh, I hid it from you, Runo, so it would be a surprise. Well, did it work? Oh, well, it worked quite well. Oh, a surprise, alright. Especially when she threw me to the ground. Oh dear, I'm so sorry. I was just happy to see you again, but it sort of slipped out. Wait, what? When she's happy to see you, she just throw you to the ground? That's a weird thing. Maybe we could stick to more traditional displays of emotion in future? Susie's train was late into London's Victoria this morning, you see. but we made the coachman really whip the horse hard, so she didn't miss the whole trial. Oh, I was watching from the gallery for a while, but in the end, I'm afraid I couldn't contain myself. Well, I'm glad you didn't. Oh. Having you at my side in court gives me the strength I need to win. So, I'm delighted to see you back in London. Oh, you're too kind. None of the son. I'm delighted to be here. I hope I can continue to be of service to you. Of course. What brought you back? What brought you back? The phrases are weirdly phrased sometimes. Oh, did Professor Mikotoba not protest? Let's save all that conversation for when we are back at home, shall we? You know, I've made one of my most special plans ever for this special occasion. Oh, Iris, how wonderful. I can't wait. Oh, so the sun was back in London. It's hard to describe how happy that made me feel at the time, but despite my elation, our tale was about to take yet another extraordinary turn. Wait, what? Another one? Ah, it's the end of this chapter. Good timing. Alright. Wow, so the sun is back. Well, that's so nice to see her again. I'm very happy about that. Okay. So we did we made some good progress in the trial. I mean, now we can actually try and find out what happened without fighting our client. So yeah, I guess we're gonna have to deal with the more twists and turns next time. Okay, well, thanks for being here tonight. As always, please take care and stay safe. And I hope to see you soon, probably tomorrow night. Bye.